we had to move to Piatt-Tran to keep the same type of program that we have now. Had we stayed with Show Bus, we would have had to provide some of the vehicles, some of the personnel, and things that we don't do today. So Piatt-Tran I think it's going to be a great resource. The gentleman we've been meeting with, Tim Gadberry, really is looking forward to serving DeWitt County. And the nice thing is it's not, even though we had to hurry up and get the agreement done for grant money and grant situations, so the money will be there when the new fiscal year starts in July, it also gives Piatt-Tran, several months here to get with those who need transportation in DeWitt County, understand the needs, work with groups that use it today so that it will be a smooth transition. And, I think they're going to be able to provide the services we have, and they're getting a lot of new vehicles, and everything we've heard is going to be good. So, we'll be able to provide those services that people are used to today.
Show Bus has been the public transportation service in DeWitt County for many years. Matthews indicates there was a big change when McLean County opted out of the intergovernmental agreement.
As you know, we've used Show Bus in the past, and they've done a terrific job for us. But there was a change. McLean County had been running that agreement with the surrounding counties, Livingston, McLean, DeWitt, I want to say Iroquois, but that may be wrong. But definitely McLean County made a change. They were no longer going to be part of that intergovernmental agreement. It will continue to use Show Bus, though, through the end of the fiscal year, so that'll be through June.
The DeWitt County Board approved the new contract last week at its monthly board meeting. Local veterans organizations are putting the giving in Thanksgiving this week. On the WHOW Morning Show Monday, Josh Thielen, Department Adjutant for the Clinton American Legion, told Regional Radio every year the Legion, the AMVETS, and the VFW all come together to give out free Thanksgiving meals to anyone in the community in need.
We are in our Thanksgiving week events, and every year for as far back as I can remember, the American Legion, with the help of the AMVETS and the VFW post, as well as our auxiliaries, have come together to cook and prepare meals for anybody in Clinton that is wanting them. Whether you just don't want to cook, hey, call us up. We can get you a meal. If you are homebound, maybe you can't get out, we deliver these meals. You're not allowed to come in and pick them up. You're not allowed to come and eat inside the building, but we deliver every meal. And this year, I think we've got about 360 to 400 on the list. You just simply can call the American Legion, the VFW, or speak with any member. Kim Pakitis has been absolutely instrumental in helping us get this done. Every year she's stepped up and helps to put together the list, get everything in order so that we can keep it timely and keep it moving forward.
The Legion receives support for this project from anyone. It includes several local volunteers who help prepare and deliver the meals.
So we have the American Legion and some of our auxiliary members. Mm-hmm. We also have AMVETS members, the VFW members. They all come together. And we get a lot of veterans, a lot of local volunteers that'll come in and help out too. The Boy Scouts usually have about 5 or 6 Boy Scouts up there helping us plate and helping families deliver foods. Rob Smith, I know he comes in and helps deliver meals. And we deliver all the meals on Thanksgiving. You're not getting them the day before or the day after. You're getting them on Thanksgiving. And we try to deliver around noon, but it takes us a few hours to get 400 meals delivered out to the area. Anybody that shows up at our door and says, I want to help deliver these meals, you show up at the door, we can hand you some meals and tell you where to take them.
Thielen says this project depends heavily on community donations and support due to the amount of supplies and food. If you're interested in supporting this event financially or through volunteering, reach out to the American Legion at 935-5183. A local school district is starting to plan how they'll spend new funds received from a wind farm. Dr. Michael Tresnick is the superintendent of DeLand-Weldon schools and explains the anticipated influx of of revenue is thanks to the wind farm development in northern Piatt County. With that increase in revenue, they have some decisions to make.
Well, it's a good dilemma. Actually, it's a good situation. What we're looking at, we have Prosperity Wind has got a wind farm project in Piatt County. It's going to affect 2 school districts. It's affecting us and it's affecting Blue Ridge. And what we're looking at is if everything comes through, we're looking at almost a 20 to 25% increase in our equalized assessed valuation. That's the number that we base our property taxes on. So, for instance, right now we're somewhere around 80 million for our equalized assessed valuation. We're probably going to go up closer to 105, 110 million as our equalized assessed valuation. Currently, our tax rate is above 4, and that includes everything, bonds, everything. There's a couple different directions that we can go in the future, and it's things that the board and I need to talk about.
Although they don't have plans set for funds yet, Dr. Tresnick does note there are potential projects they could pursue. The district recently hosted a meeting to discuss strategic planning, and he says this was one of the topics they covered. The final crop report of 2024 shows the state doing well from a moisture perspective. State crop statistician Mark Schleusner says temperatures were above normal last week, and topsoil moisture is rated at 11% surplus in Illinois. Get the latest in local news anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com. That's DeWitt County's #1 source for news, police blotter, obituaries, and information anytime. It's always free at DeWittDailyNews.com. A look at local sports comes up next.
What's a corn farmer's favorite dog? A husky.
Some things shouldn't be flat. But with GHX, you can maximize your acres with one flat price. While other brands sell by the bag, we sell seed by the acre to maximize your yield and profit potential. Our custom seed recommendations combine extensive product characterization and agronomic expertise to get the right product, population, and placement, all for one flat price per acre. Learn how at ghxseed.com/connect.
Allergy season is here, and our Warner Hospital and Health Services walk-in clinic inside our family medicine is here to help. No appointment, no problem. Find out more by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Raimi Miller from Run Deep Coaching. Take your power back. I do holistic personal and business coaching. My service is virtual, so we can visit no matter where you are. Find out more by clicking my icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. That's DeWittDailyNews.com.
45 Bible.
With SRN Sports, I'm Jeremy House. In the NFL, Lamar Jackson threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another in the Baltimore Ravens' 30-23 comeback win over the Los Angeles Chargers.
Baltimore trailed 10-0 until Jackson scored on a 10-yard run in the second quarter and threw a 40-yard TD pass to Rashad Bateman later in the half, putting the Ravens ahead to stay. Jackson was 16 of 22 for 177 yards and no interceptions. Derrick Henry gained 140 yards on 24 carries as the Ravens improved to 8-4. Justin Herbert and Gus Edwards ran for touchdowns as L.A. dropped to 7-4.
That's correspondent Dave Ferry reporting. In the NHL, winners were St. Louis, Tampa Bay, New Jersey, Washington, Carolina, Vegas, Detroit, Ottawa, Winnipeg, Seattle, and San Jose. Top 25 college basketball winners included number 4 Auburn. This is SRN Sports. Staying with top 25 college basketball, other winners were number 12 North Carolina, number 19 Arkansas, and 22nd ranked Xavier. Meanwhile, second-ranked UConn was upset by Memphis 99-97. In the NBA, the New York Knicks helped themselves to hoop after hoop in demolishing the Denver Nuggets 145-118.
New York shot 62% from the floor over the first 2 quarters, good for a 76-53 advantage. OG Anunoby sizzled with a career-high and game-high 40 points, going 16 of 23 from the floor, including 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. The Knicks have won 5 of 6.
That's correspondent Bruce Morton reporting. Other winners included Indiana, Orlando, Detroit, Boston, Dallas, Memphis, Oklahoma City, and Brooklyn. And in golf, Tiger Woods will be going to the Hero World Challenge as a tournament host only. Woods says he won't be playing in the Bahamas. This is SRN Sports.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. In a game heard here on WHOW and all our digital platforms, the Clinton Maroons defeated Buffalo Tri-City 58-42 Monday night in the 14th annual Bill Rucks Memorial Tournament in Mount Pulaski. The Maroons were led by junior Brock Wilson, who scored 17 points and was the serve pro of Piatt-DeWitt County's player of the game. Anthony Westbrook and Dalton Bell each scored 11 points. Keaton Graves chipped in with 9, and Jack Manning added 6. The Tornadoes were led by Hill Meir and Dominic Riley, who scored 8 points. Yeager Hill and Gage Schaefer had 7 points and 6 points, respectively. With the win, the Maroons kick off their season 1-0 and will play their next game in the tournament against Illini Central Wednesday at 5. Tune in on Wednesday, December 4th for our next Maroon sports broadcast as the Lady Maroons take on Peoria Heights at 6 p.m. Hear the game live on WHOW and all our digital platforms. The Monticello Sages boys basketball team will open its 2024-25 season tonight, hosting Pleasant Plains. Monticello faces a unique situation in that a number of its likely regular contributors will be playing the football state championship game Saturday and haven't stepped on the basketball floor yet. Coach Kevin Roy says while they await several of those kids to return, they anticipate having a good core of seniors to lead this year's team.
Had good 2 weeks of practice here, and I know most people don't realize basketball is going, but the success of the football program has been super exciting, and it's fun to see those guys have success, and it's great to see the community rally around them. But we are practicing with the guys that we have, and we've got a good group of kids that are in there working hard right now. I think we've got 12 kids at the JV varsity level, so we're working at it and trying to get better and pulling for the Sages for one more game here coming up. We're excited about that. Like you said, the last year's junior group, they're seniors now, so when you have a core group of seniors that stick together for 4 years, it usually breeds success. So we've got 7, I think, seniors back this year. We got Gatsby Grant, Colton Vance, Carter Foreign, and Ike Young and Mason High when they get together with us. And we got Tyler Bly and Maddox Quick. So we've got some guys that have got some good experience, and they've been together since 5th grade. So we should have some good team chemistry and some good depth, and should be a fun, exciting year for us.
Early on, Coach Roy anticipates his team should have a good chance to get some sophomores and a few seniors that will be role players, an opportunity at varsity minutes.
Right now, we just take the guys that we have in practice, and we have to focus on what we have at the time. So we're coaching them up, and they're working hard, and we're prepping and preparing for our first game with the guys that we have. So that's all we can do. But then at the same time, we're cheering on and we're supporting those other guys as they're having success on the football field. And we're excited to get those guys back. But when that time comes, we'll go with it. But until then, we're just going to keep focusing on what we've got. Again, they've been working hard. It's been 2 weeks of practice now, so we've got enough guys for our first varsity game on Tuesday. They're excited to go, and we need to play a game because I think we're getting a little more out with the practice part of it, and we just need to see where we're at right now. It'll be a great experience for the guys that we have. We were talking a little bit earlier, it just kind of helps with rotations that, hey, these guys have the opportunity that they're going to, they get a chance to prove themselves. So it'll be fun. We'll see where we're at. We've got our seniors that we have right now, which is Maddox Quick, Tyler Bly, Colton Vance, and Gatsby Grant. We've got a couple of sophomores that's going to be able to step in and help us out on Tuesday that might not, originally got the opportunity. But got Matthias Rudolph, and then we also have Gus Reppert. So we got also Dawson Gatros, who is another sophomore that we're going to move straight up to varsity here for the first game and kind of throw him in the fire and try to give him some minutes and see if he can give us some relief and help us out a little bit as well. So good core of sophomores that we have right there. Again, the list goes on. We got several sophomores that can really help us out, but we've got 3 right now in practice that's going to get that opportunity.
Nolan Benny Kemper is what Coach Roy calls his team's X factor, calling them a different team when he's on the floor. The junior missed all of last year with an injury and has battled through an injury in football. Coach Roy says that the junior wants to play and is hoping for good health this year.
He's kind of our X factor, I'd say. When he's on the floor, we look like a different team where we The ball just kind of flows a little bit smoother. The defensive spots are filled in a little bit better. Communication on the floor is a little bit better. We got an extra rebounder out there that just has a nose for the ball. Great feel for the game. Extremely unselfish. So, yeah, we're really hoping that he can stay healthy and really come in and contribute for us. He could be a potential starter for us, we would expect. But, how he's coming out of football, how he feels, we'll have to play that by ear and hope for the best, because I feel like when he's on the floor for us, we are just a little bit extra level basketball team where things just kind of come together. So I know he's wanting to play it, and he's hoping for the best as well. But his health and safety's got to come first, and we understand that. So I don't want to put him in any positions where he's not comfortable. He's a great kid, hardworking kid. Just kind of a natural leader that carries the respect of his teammates. He can make a huge difference for us on the court.
Senior Ike Young has had an eventful year. He received an offer to play baseball at Illinois, ultimately committing and signing this fall, and was recently named a first-team All-State quarterback. Coach Roy says in that time, he's become a completely different basketball player.
Ike's just a kid you look at and you're like, all right, there's an athlete. And you're excited for the things that he could potentially do. This summer, being a three-sport athlete, a Division I baseball player, and he did not miss a single day of basketball this summer. He's just a kid that shows up, he does the work, and he does what he's supposed to do. He's got the athletic ability, but he's also got the commitment. Those are things that you love to see in a kid like him. You could see his potential, and you could see all that as he was coming through the program for the last 4 years. But I felt like once Illinois kind of gave him that offer, I just felt like his confidence just skyrocketed. And he actually could see, okay, I can be the guy. It's fun to see him and his confidence. And, he was our leading rebounder last year where he could sometimes he just went and got that ball. We're going to have to rely on him for rebounding again this year, but hopefully he can get a little bit more help. He's just a great athlete, great kid on and off the court.
Monticello will look to build on a 15-15 season where they lost in the regional championship last year. Tonight, the Sages open the winter season hosting Pleasant Plains at the Seaver Center. Here tonight's action and Monticello basketball action all season long on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com. Game time tonight is at 7 p.m. Argenta Oriena opened its boys basketball season Monday night with a 65-61 overtime victory over Cowden Herrick from the Cerro Gordo Turkey Tournament. MJ Hall paced the Bombers with 19 points, while Damian Good and Carter Logue each scored 14 points. Tyson Tennant scored 13. Wyatt Roof scored a game-high 29 for Cowden Herrick. The Bombers start the year 1-0. They'll take on Riverton tonight at 7 p.m. in Cerro Gordo. Freshman Kasparis Jakusnis hit 3 3-pointers and scored 21 points, both season highs, and Tomislav Ivisic had his third double-double of the season, helping Illinois beat Little Rock 92-34 Monday night. The 7-1 Ivisic scored 16 points on 7 of 10 shooting, grabbing 11 rebounds with 2 steals. Louisville transfer Trey White scored 16, and Will Riley added 13 for the 5-1 Illini after Little Rock's Mwani Wilkinson hit a 3 to open the scoring. White made a layup, then hit 2 free throws to give Illinois the lead for good with 18:26 left in the first half. Riley hit a 3-pointer to make it 20-10 with 12 minutes left in the first half before the Fighting Illini scored 23 consecutive points, including 4 3-pointers and 3 dunks to take a 30-point lead when White made a layup with 4:05 left in the first half. The Trojans finished 0 for 9 from the floor and committed 3 turnovers during a scoring drought of nearly 8 minutes. Illinois scored 8 second-chance points off 4 offensive rebounds in that span. Jakunis, who played point guard for Lithuania at the 2023 FIBA U18 European Championship, scored 13 points on 3 of 4 shooting and went 6 of 6 from the foul line as Illinois took a 51-19 halftime lead. Jordan Jefferson led Arkansas Little Rock with 11 points. Illinois plays Arkansas on Thursday. Trey Autry had 16 points off the bench to lead George Washington over Illinois State 72-64 Monday night to claim a fifth-place finish at the Paradise Jam tournament in the Virgin Islands. Autry had 5 rebounds for the 6-1 Revolutionaries. Gerald Drumgoole Jr. had 16 points. Darren Buchanan Jr. finished with 15 and 10 rebounds. The 4-3 Redbirds were led by Chase Walker, who posted 18 points and 2 steals. Johnny Kinzinger had 16 for Illinois State. Dalton Banks had 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals. Autry scored 7 points in the first half as George Washington went to the break, trailing 29-27. Illinois State will visit Belmont on Wednesday. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Okay, it's time for our fan field goal kick of the game. This week's contestant already looks like a winner, Jim. He's sporting a Pioneer brand PowerCore Enlist Corn t-shirt. Well, with an advanced combination of exclusive genetics at his side, this should be an easy 3 points, like 3 distinct modes of action against above-ground pests. All right, here's the kick. It's good! Not bad for a guy in work boots.
Start your best year yet. Visit Pioneer.com/no-pests.